Okay, hey everyone. I'm Kristen up here in Bend, Oregon, and I just wanted to introduce someone to you. This is Vanessa. I use her regularly and recommend her to my clients as a loan officer up here. She does a great job, but I just wanted to put a face to a name for everyone and kind of give you an opportunity to hear from her, kind of why she does what she does, and let her be the spotlight for a minute.
Yeah. Okay. I'm Vanessa Barnett. We live here in beautiful Bend, Oregon. I got into the mortgage industry when I technically got licensed when I was 26, I think. And it mostly happened because when I went to go buy my first house, I was moving out of an apartment that was about to raise their rents and asked a lender, I asked my bank, can I buy a house? They didn't want to include my income because I was a part-time employee. I was working for a climbing gym at the time. And then I asked if I could get a second opinion. I asked a different lender, and she could include my income because there are different rules tied to it. And then eventually we ended up buying our first house and upgraded by like 700 square feet, our living space. And then we're able to rent out that house later on. But I mostly got into lending because I wanted to know, why did this one lender tell me no and this other one told me yes?
Which isn't like super uncommon. So oftentimes it's good to make sure that if things don't seem right, you get a second opinion. And I always have really great luck sending my clients to Vanessa. She answers questions very quickly. I know I can count on her if I need something done same day. Sometimes I'll get a client who's like, I saw this property, it's my dream home. I was never going to sell, but now I am. And I need to know if I can buy a house today. And I can count on her to get that work done. And so that's always very important to me. And we were talking earlier about like why that's important to her. And she kind of explained to me some of her background on and why she prioritizes kind of the urgency as well for her clients. So I'll tell them about that.
Yeah. I have a climbing background. So a lot of my clientele or my friend base, they are not available most days because they're out climbing. And I've learned, and I approach this with all my clients, like, tell me when you're available so that I can help you get things done on your timeline, because it's really important to be able to do the things that you still love doing, whether it's climbing or mountain biking or hanging out with your family.
Flying, traveling, working.
Yeah, 9 to 5. And the only time you can talk is after work or making an offer first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
I try to be available for all my clients the best way I can. And plus, everything's connected to this. So I get my emails on my phone, I get my text messages. It's all going to one place, and I'd rather acknowledge that I received that message than keep people waiting, because
and that's super important on my end too. Sometimes people think real estate is Monday through Friday, or sometimes that's kind of the attitude, but that's not, in my experience, how it has worked. It's kind of an all hours type situation, from eyes closed to eyes open. Sometimes I wake up to a text message at 6 a.m. that got dropped off that said, I want to make an offer on a house that got listed yesterday. And I'm like, woo, all right, let's do this. And I know I can send my clients over to Vanessa to get same day stuff done. So really important for me. And I just wanted to share my resource here in Bend with you and put a face to a name, so that if I ever send over a blank text with a person's name and phone number and say, call them, this is who I'm talking about. So anyways, happy for you to meet her. And we work together often and make a good team. So
yeah, thanks for having me.